the cities, make sure you get a business license in that city as well. There are so many other steps involved in that, making sure that before you try to open up a brick and mortar space that you're ready for that step. So there's so many different things that we could say and elaborate on. I think we'll hold off on some of those things, but first step is just making sure you're ready to open that business and making sure you have your financials, your business plan, your marketing strategy, and those things in place. That some of those things that can be handled with the small business development.
You need to know, what is this year going to do? How am I going to plan for that? How am I going to budget for that? Big companies have budgets. Small companies ought to have the same thing. You ought to have an idea of, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do it, instead of just letting it happen. So that's what I say. The things that we do to start a business still apply when we have an existing business. And along with our training for new businesses, we've got training programs for different subject matters that are all online too. That's one of the things that we learned from COVID. Is in Metro Atlanta, we don't like to travel a whole lot. So thank y'all for all coming out this morning. Thank you for Grace Church for hosting us again. That's a wonderful facility. And I like it because it's only a mile away from my office. All right.
I think the thing that I'd encourage anyone to do that's starting a business or considering starting a business is you have to test the assumptions you have about your business model. To get to the point where you have a business plan that you believe in, you really have to stress test every assumption that you have. And I think that's a very iterative process, and it's a full contact process with customers in the loop. You can't just do it in a vacuum. You can't just sit down in front of a computer and whip out a business plan and be done. You have to have that customer interaction. And I think that's hugely important, because you have to test those assumptions about customer acquisition costs and how you're going to bring people in the door and how you're going to make money and all of that, all of the mechanics of running a business. If anyone has a desire to start something, they just got the idea and you're not sure where to take it, we do programs at Hatchbridge that are based off of taking that idea and turning it into actionable steps to experiment and test out your business model. We actually have a program coming up this summer in cooperation with the Cobb Chamber and Select Cobb, that if anyone wants to join that, you can come talk to me. You can go to hatchbridge.com, check that out. We've got programs for people that are looking to go test those business models and really pull something real out of that and get to a place where you know it's going to work.
Hey everybody, good morning, and thank you, Tracy, for having us all here today. I'm going to take a different perspective, because I'm the Chamber Business Association guy. So, Sabrina can really help out when it comes to your direct governmental interactions and getting you connected that way. Drew and Colin can help you in the education side on how to really accelerate your business and get it going. From our perspective, as an association, we're here for our members and for our business community. So we've put together an entrepreneurship guide that has all of your contacts that you need here in Cobb County that can help you give the resources that Sabrina and Colin and Drew are talking about. So if you go to the cobbchamber.com or selectcobb.com, cobbchamber.org or selectcobb.com, you'll be able to find our entrepreneurship guide. And from there, it has all of the resources that these people are talking about, as well as other steps that can tell you how to go to get additional funding, how to better market your business, how to network better and get your effective use out of networking aspects. In addition to that, I do want to give a shout out to our friends at the City of Kennesaw, because I know some of these businesses here are with the City of Kennesaw. They have their own small business programming that they do also, just like what Sabrina does and Drew does and everyone else. So it's really, as Tracy said, a great combined ecosystem. We're all here to support one another, and mostly we're here to support you, the small businesses that are here and want to grow and expand and hire people and make our community great. So thank you.
Thanks for clarifying that. So I think, you say, we're in Kennesaw. We're actually in unincorporated Cobb County. So if your business is, those students need jobs and they need places to go. And so working with the small businesses in our community to make sure that those students have apprenticeships and internships is a major part of how we help support our businesses through these organizations. So getting back to Sabrina, the question that you asked, which is really kind of the brass tacks of how you start a business in terms of the stuff that's not fun but required. What are the most common permitting and licensing issues new businesses run into, and how can they avoid delays?
Okay, so you definitely want to call my office when you're starting a business.
Call Sabrina.
There are many things that we've seen people, many getting ready to open up a brick and mortar space. You get your business license through the county or whatever city you're located in. You've established your business through the Secretary of State, and now you're ready to go and you want to go sign a lease somewhere. And so we've seen companies come to us after they've already signed their lease and they're ready to start their business and they're ready to go. They probably didn't get the business license first, but they already signed the lease, and now they're stuck in a 5-year lease at a space that is not properly zoned for the business they want to run in that specific space. We've seen that multiple times. So you definitely want to check the zoning to make sure the space that you're looking at is appropriate for the business that you want to run in that space. You want to not only check the zoning, but make sure that if you're trying to do any type of renovations inside, that you may need a permit, whether that comes from our building permitting office. You may also have to go through the fire marshal's office. There are multiple steps that are involved in that process or that could potentially be involved in the process. And again, through Cobb County Economic Development Office, we can hold your hand through that process, but you have to call us early on so that we can help you mitigate those challenges and probably avoid a lot of those pitfalls that some businesses fall into. So we have in my team, we have an economic development event for small businesses quarterly called Coffee and Conversations. Actually, the next one is on the 12th, next week. But we bring resources like this panel and different people to speak all the time to provide you with information to support businesses. And one time we had a panel of, there was an attorney, there was a real estate broker on the panel, and the attorney wants to help you and the broker look through your lease. Make sure it's appropriate for what your needs are. And going back to Drew, when they're helping you write out your business plan and your strategy and look at your financials, they'll help you to see if you're ready for that yet financially, or if you should be operating out of your home or co-working space. So again, like Dana mentioned with his entrepreneurship guide, we have all the available resources. And just Tracy mentioned, even if you call Dana or if you call Tanyelle in the back, raise your hand, Tanyelle, City of Kennesaw, if you call the wrong place, again, we're all friends. We're